Central Intelligence Agency, known as CIA, was founded in 1947. The agency serves for the US government, and its primary function is to collect intelligence from the foreign governments, companies, and individuals. It also maintained a large number of military equipment to overthrow foreign governments. Hello, I am Thomas Kim, and I will cover some of the major CIA coups in Latin America during the 1960s and 1970s. Let's dive into the first coup, the Cuba in 1960s and 1961. In 1960s, new Cuban government began to reform, but the reforms included interests of American companies, led to the deterioration of nation relations between the United States and Cuba. The CIA began to recruit Guatemalans fleeing Cubans, then trained them to carry out a large-scale invasion from the support of US. And in 1961, the CIA began the Bay of Pigs invasion. Their primary task was to protect a provisional airport in the Bay of Pigs, so Miami's exiled Cuban government could land into Cuba safely and send a distress signal to US. But the invasion failed, and about 1,000 people were captured and hundreds died. And in Ecuador 1961, they were invaded by, wait for it, the CIA. In 1962, the CIA engaged in a campaign to keep Joel Goldhart from controlling the Congress. In 1964, a CIA-backed military coup overthrows the democratically elected government of Joel Goldhart. His replacement, General Castro Blanco, created Latin America's first death squad, or a band of secret police who hunt down communists for torture, interrogation, and murder. Often these communists were no more than Blanco's political opponents. Later it was revealed that the CIA trained the death squads. In 1963, Juan Bosch was elected. He had good plans for land reform, low rent housing, and modest nationalization of business. But obviously, America and the CIA would not let him do stuff.
Nope.
And in 1965, thanks to the anti-Bosch media campaign conducted by, wait for it, the CIA, Bosch was forced to resign. Hopefully, Oxford and Merriam-Webster agreed to include it. In 1964, under the military training and financial support of the CIA and the Pentagon, the military overthrew President Victor Paz because he refused to support Washington's Cuba policies. Nothing new for Bolivia, which experienced the passing of governments more frequently than the passing of the years. In 1971, a CIA-backed military coup overthrew the leftist President Juan Torres to replace him with a notorious dictator, Hugo Banzer, who captured over 2,000 political opponents for torture, rape, and execution. In 1973 in Chile, the CIA assassinated Salvador Allende, Latin America's first democratically elected socialist leader, because he nationalized American-owned farms in Chile. The CIA replaced him with General Augusto Pinochet, who will torture and murder thousands of his own countrymen. According to the CIA's decrypted files, the CIA provided financial support for Allende's opponents. The White House also acknowledged in the classified documents the US government agreed to take action that exacerbated domestic political differentiation, thus affecting the normal operations of the Chilean democratic elections and laws. Undoubtedly, the CIA has played a significant role in the Americans' political interests, but at the same time, CIA's actions influence the political status of many countries. The US has grown to be the most influential country in the world through CIA's busy activity during the Cold War and so on. The US suppressed the governments nearby for their own benefits. Without the influence of the US, some of the countries in Latin America would have grown so powerful enough to compete against the aristocrats of the world. How does the CIA's involvement in the overthrowing of governments shape our perspective of America and the rest of the world? How has CIA formed relations between the US and Latin American nations? Thanks for watching. See you next time. If there is a next time.